What's up out there? Barbershop sports politics fans. We back in the house again. We up on Monique. We got her up in here, man. Everybody wants Precious. I don't even remember her actual name from Precious. Anybody, you remember what her name was in Precious?
Man, I really don't, and I'm gonna just because I don't, I'm gonna go on and Google her name right now.
Yeah, we finna look it up, man. So
she's actually pretty important. She's having a successful career.
Yeah, so we're going to get on the topic of is or should Monique be blackballed. So right now you have Monique speaking out. She's been kind of upset about, she's been kind of upset about the people not giving her roles and not giving her the money that she should. Because I think she actually said that, if she's an Oscar winner, that she should be getting a certain amount of money. And those were actually her quotes on it, and that she was not doing, Oscar winners or black Oscar winners a favor by taking such little money for those particular roles. Now, so I could understand her actually going off on the Tyler Perrys and the other people that maybe didn't give her a role. I didn't even know how Oprah got into it. So we're going to kind of cover this a little bit and, kind of figure out how Oprah got into it, how, and realistically look at it, should she be blackballed, because that's the first time I actually heard somebody thinking that maybe she should be blackballed. So we're going to kind of cover that a little bit too. Is she being blackballed? I guess I think it's so. You got to take her word for it. I don't see why we wouldn't take her word for it. There's something you should feel. Actually blackballing almost actually like a feeling of isolation. They isolate you. You know what I'm saying? You won't fit in anywhere or whatever. So, so man, we kind of see Smoke. Do you think she should be blackballed, or do you have any reason why you think maybe she should be blackballed, or why she is?
Yeah, man. I mean, if you just really look at her role as Precious' mother, right? People have let's just take Monique out of it for a minute.
All right.
You know what I mean? And let's just say any one of your favorite actors who is very versatile. Mm-hmm. They can play a multitude of roles. Like your Jamie Foxx, like your Denzel, like your Queen Latifah's, your Leonardo DiCaprio. You have people who can play a variety, and you've always known them as actors, right?
Yeah.
Nothing else but straight actors, award-nominated actors. So. Mm-hmm. We can look at them playing certain roles and understand that it's because they're so versatile, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's get back to Monique.
Mm-hmm.
What movies before Precious had you ever known her for?
Really nothing.
Okay. Now, and I'm not saying that any of this is true, but I'm saying from all the information that's being gathered, only thing I can make my conclusion is on what I know about certain movies that she played in, the roles she's played in, and what she's came out and said, right? So
it's really like this. This is what I kind of have to say. I'm gonna jump in a little bit right here. It's like, and they don't care about that Oscar for that role. That was a piece of crap role. Let's be real about it. That was a piece of crap role. They gave that an Oscar to that person because who wanted to play that role? Go ahead.
She didn't win an Oscar. She won an Academy Award.
Oh, okay, Academy Award.
And she won for the supporting role. Gabore Sidibe. Her
Mm-hmm.
name is Gabore Gabrielle Sidibe.
Okay.
So that's her name, and she won the she's the one who won for supporting role. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so I mean that I'm not saying that the award is important. Remember what I said. I said about the actor and the roles that was being played.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about some actors and the roles that they get known for, a lot depends on that. A lot of their career depends on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now think about what you know or what you think you know that people have came out and said about Monique, right? That she's aggressive, right?
Uh-huh.
That she's hard to work with. These are things that you have heard, and I'm not saying these things are true. I'm just, as a person who's talking about her, I want to put two and two together for the right or for a bad opinion. If I don't feel like she's a good person, I'll give a bad opinion. But I want all the information so I can make that judgment, right? I just don't want to be saying something about a person and really not doing my due diligence. So I'm saying that to say this. Now look at the role she played as Precious' mother. Now, Precious had two kids by her father, which her mother was married to.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a role. That's a hell of a role. And she played as fucked up as the role was, and I hated the character so much. But if you think about it, to be an actor, that's exactly what you wanted. To be an actor, like that's exactly what you want. If you have a fucked up character, you want everybody to hate your character. If you're the villain in the movie, you have to be the villain. And that's exactly what she did. She played a great role. But until that point, a lot of people had only known Monique for comedy, right? So her first movie, she's a real, she has this dark character. I think she played it great. I think she did the what's the man from Batman, the Black Knight movie,
Mm-hmm.
the one who ended up committing suicide.
Yeah.
Man, I think she played that role. Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Man,
She drowned herself in that role.
exactly. She
Mm-hmm.
and it just seemed like it came from a real place. And if you know anything about Monique, she's been molested as a child. You know what I mean? So
I
the
mean,
role wasn't too far from the truth in her reality. The
yeah.
role wasn't too far from the truth with her. And I'm saying that to say maybe in life she won't be so easy to deal with by a male dominated, company. Maybe because she feels like she has to always voice her opinion, which she has the right to do. But because of what she's been through, she feels like, she overexerts herself maybe, and she comes off to a point where it's aggressive. I'm not saying, and I don't know this, you know what I mean? But when you say you've been blackballed, think about the movie itself. Lee Daniels put her in the movie. It was a Lee Daniels production. So Lee Daniels gave her her first shot. If you mean to tell me to that time, Lee Daniels' biggest movie was Precious, you don't think that he
You,
would want to work with her again? It
yeah.
had to be something because he put her in her first ever big movie. That's like me talking bad about you and you gave me my first break. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? It's like, well, it had to be something there. So when you say blackball, Lee Daniels rubs shoulders with Oprah. He has dinner with people like this, and maybe a bad word from him is not so good for your career, just like it wouldn't be for anybody else.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not saying she deserves to be blackballed. I'm saying I'm just giving everybody, you know, a kind of idea where things could be happening for her, or people could be saying things to put, so she won't be in certain productions because these people are friends with Lee Daniels. Like, Fox is friends with Lee Daniels because he has a show on Fox Empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, she that's one of the 48 rules of power, man, and never upset the higher ups.
Never outshine the master.
Never outshine the master, man. You try to outshine the master, then that's just what happens. Or that's how it happens. Or whatever. So, I don't know. Lee Daniels should be blackballed for making that movie. That's what I think. For her, that was a horrible movie. Like I really don't understand. Like, and we know it's the truth. We know it's the truth. Just like LeVar Ball does what he does. We speak stuff into existence. Realistically, when you look at us and the difference between us and the animal kingdom is our language. That is realistically the difference between us. That's what's special about it. That's what God gives us, so we can communicate. We speak it and then we make it happen. We speak it into existence. First comes a thought, and then you verbalize the thought and you make it happen through, the rest of your connections with the rest of the world or whatever. So I think that the law of attraction is what it is. I think this movie right here will create more situations like this than it will persuade someone from it. Because I always say this: I don't care what movie that you think it is or whatever. It's somebody that's watching that movie that kind of relate to the daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they may not be all the way their way in their thought process, but now you putting the thought in their head. You know what? What about my wife's daughter? She look good, man. I just think you don't even put that stuff. You don't even put that energy out there. I think whenever we learn to control our media in that manner, and we stop putting our images out there, I think we'll change it. I think whatever you put out is what you get back in life and in the world, realistically.
I think if you're willing to sell your soul, you'll do anything.
Yeah. So, but man, this is kind of crazy situation. She's actually like comedians are always in a good position because they can always go tour. With her, and it seems like why they are mostly the ones that actually will try to speak out, because they have a lot more freedom than a lot of other people, because once they make their name, they can just book dates all across the globe, and make money. So they'll hold her down for a little while, but if she is good at her craft and she hits the stage and is funny again, she'll make it back, and she'll still make money.
She's definitely funny. Like, she's never stopped being funny, and she's never stopped doing shows.
Yeah. So I that's man, that's really about all I got to say on that particular thing, man. I hope I hope that they get it together to a certain extent, and maybe they make something else positive. Maybe she does another role that's all the way in the opposite spectrum, where she is actually like Big Mama or something, or she a positive. Maybe maybe Big Mama can actually be a mama. You know what I'm saying? This time, maybe Big Mama can be a woman this time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could do her. But
if you ever listen, if you listening, Lee Daniels, why don't you go on and get Monique on an episode of Power? I guarantee you get like the most viewers you'd have never got, man. That would absolutely fuck people's heads up.
Oh yeah, Monique.
That would fuck.
Yeah, Monique would. She probably tear up a role on Empire.
Oh man, that's what she gonna do. It's gonna be her. It's gonna be her best acting since Precious.
I'm sorry. He has Empire. Okay, he does Empire.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Lee Daniels needs to be boycotted. He needs to, you know what I'm saying? I know that I'll never be able to work with this man. But you know, whatever, man. Don't blackball me, man. Love me out here, man. I may not know no better. So Lee Daniels, if you don't like what I'm saying, please call and talk to me, and maybe you can explain some things to me, man, that maybe I'm not seeing. But I don't like your material at this point, and you know, it's just my preference.
I mean, he's let's just say he brings every. Yeah, he's definitely agenda driven, you know.
Yeah,
because he tries to
agenda.
Right. Like, you know, I guess really, man, at the end of the day, you either turn away, you either turn away from it, or you either build your own. You know what I mean? So it's like whoever Lee Daniels is for, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you don't have to turn your TV on to watch Lee Daniels or anything. That you don't have to promote him in any kind of way. You don't have to, you know.
You know what I want, man? I want a black person to get into sci-fi films. I think we need to start projecting like some, you know, into the future and stuff like that. We need to make movies or sci-fi movies where we kind of projecting things the same way that other people do. I would rather us start doing more of that than going over the same stereotypes over and over again that's supposed to be in our community, and actually creating more of those stereotypes by rehashing them over and over again. So let's get into some you know, man, can we make us a song? Can we go to space? Can we talk about the aliens? Was black people dealing with aliens before? Like, can we go back to Africa and do something like that where we were dealing with
we are the aliens.
Okay, whatever. Can we show that? Can we show that we are the aliens? Come on, can we do a film? That's all I'm saying. Can we do anything?
We can show.
Where are our sci-fi films? That's all I'm saying. Where are the black sci-fi films?
I think Ryan, if you do enough digging, you can find one or two, maybe. I think if you do enough digging,
I can't even think of one right now. That's what's so bad. I can't even think of one.
I mean, you know, for the longest, Marvel didn't even have a black superhero.
Yeah.
So shout out to Luke Cage.
Yeah, but Lee Daniels, man, get at me, man. I got some sci-fi films for you, man. Off the wham, off the rack. You know what I'm saying? I got it very creative, man. But I probably don't want to be in none of your movies, man. I probably can't make none of your movies. But you know, if you want somebody to do some voiceovers or something like that, now I might do something like that for you. But man, Monique, man, I feel sorry for you, but I don't. You gonna be all right. You got a award that nobody else, you know, so many other people they got, and you will eventually be taken care of by those same people that gave you that award. So just, you know, bury in it, and if you really want to do it Precious 2, and you'll be right back on the scene. But then that would probably mean you have to go back with Lee Daniels. But please don't do another Precious 2. I hate that I even put that thought out there, man. Real. Never do that shit again. All right, man. That's it right there, man. That is your boy, Young Lion the Leader. That's us on Monique being blackballed. Man, we appreciate y'all that's watching, that's paying attention, subscribe, man. Share this shit. Share it with other people. You know, we got a lot of little topics that we're gonna constantly pumping at you, man. Share it with some people, man, and we're gonna grow this thing up, man. We're gonna be coming actually to a barbershop and a beauty salon near you. So if you in the barbershop, beauty salon, you getting your hair weaved, your wig done, you getting your stuff chopped up, fried, dyed, laid to the side. Hey, we got topics for you. We got stuff for you that you gonna wanna go to your barbershop and talk about every time.
You one-stop shop, Jack.
Yeah, that's what we out, man. So man, we are out. Like I said, always subscribe.